Here's a little demonstration on my Emerald Div Creator program. Yeah. Anyway, for those of you who don't know, this program allows you to make div containers, CSS div containers on the fly. And what I mean is literally on the fly. As you edit it, you can see the changes. You can, and if you don't know what a div container is, do some research, because I will not go into that. It's very hard to explain for some reason. People just don't understand. Anyway, but if you do, continue watching. Right here you got your background properties. Here is your color selector. You can change the color of the background of the div, to whatever you want. Any shade, blend, a color, it doesn't matter. And notice this is the hex code of that color. No matter what you change it to, it'll update. Here you can put the background URL. Here you can choose to repeat, no repeat, repeat X, which is horizontally, or repeat Y, which is repeat vertically. And I don't think the URL will actually show up in the program, but you can have it in there already inside the code if you already know the image URL that you want to use, and you can just put it in there. Right, here's the border. You can have none, solid, dash, dotted, double, groove, ridge, inset, outset. We're going to do solid, and now you see the border. You can also change the thickness of the border to quite a bit. I mean, you got plenty of workaround room to work with. For sake, we're just going to keep it about there. You can even change the color of the border, just like so. And again, here's the hex color of the code, of the color that you just now these allow you to change the border radius, like the curved corners, whether they're sharp or they curved or not. Anyway, top right, top left, bottom right, bottom left. Anyway, yeah, right there it changes both. But if you hit unclick constrain, you can only change one side at a time, kind of giving you a weird slope. You can contain them, change them independently, or constrain and just change them equally. And that goes for all these. Now, here you can adjust the width and height just by typing in the width and height. You can also change the position: none, auto, absolute, relative, fixed, static, inherit, I think absolute I usually go for. And here is, let's say, an absolute. You want to make a border that sticks to the edges. So on the top I'll make 0, so it sticks to the top, right, and then left. But since it's already got a fixed width, it won't go from end to end. So we'll just delete the width and it goes all the way across. Or you can delete the height and it won't do the same. Let's just undo that. But yeah, let's go ahead and just get rid of that. Actually, if we leave it, we can see when we change it back to none, it goes back to normal and these no longer apply. But yeah, you can change the margin, which is, here's the HTML. This will be what's applied inside the div container, or on top of it rather. You can type in your text or put your code or whatever. Which we'll get to later. Let me just show you something. Your margin, you got your bottom, top, right, left on your margin and your padding. And your margin, we can go ahead and do, you know, it just moves it from the edges, like how far away from that web page edges you want. And the padding moves the spacing between the edge and what's inside your div container, like so. But notice when you change the padding, you're also changing, you're adding to the width and height, ultimately. And then here is the code for your div. I mean, as you're updating it, it's changing. You can add a text shadow, which I would just do like 3 on like the gradient, like 2, wait, no, this is text shadow, I'm sorry. On the box shadow, you can do, here's the gradient, this is the bottom, and this is the right, and yeah, you can't go negative with it, but if you could, I think it would go the opposite way. But yeah, you can totally, what I usually do is I think I'll just do a 3 on here, and a 1 on here, and a 1 on here. Maybe a 5 on this. You can adjust it, and you can see how. Yeah, you can also change the color of it if you would like. And again, the hex codes here. Now, use your text. We're going to go ahead and change the color of your text to white, for instance. And we're going to do a little text shadow. As you can see, it gives your text some back shadow, makes it look better. You can type whatever you want. You can adjust the size of the text. In pixels and percent. Normal, italic, oblique, normal, small caps, weights, which is like the bold, you know, has all these different selections. Let's keep it on normal. Positioning center, right, left, justify, you know. Vertical align. None, baseline. Well, that's your vertical align. These work, just some of them only work in certain conditions. But letter spacing, you can do underline, you can do overline, you can do line through, blink. I think the vertical line actually affects the line. No? Okay. Text transform, you can do it to uppercase, make it all lowercase, so we can just normal. Line height. Now let's say you have a line break and you want to type another line. Now your line break, or your line height, I mean, does this. Like how high is the line, you know? You can make it overlap each other until it just resets, and when it hits a negative point, I guess. Yes. But yeah, you can just adjust it exactly how you want. You can also do pixels and percent. You can do a text indent. Pixels and percent as well. And here is obviously where you type your HTML code or where you want to put it in your div container. And this doesn't affect your code, but it allows you to adjust the background color. So so you got a certain color background that you want to know what it looks like to that background on the website that you're going to be putting this on. You can just add that. It doesn't actually add it to the code though. It's just for reference. And let's see. You even have color schemes. You got your orange, you got your green, then you can choose a color like red, and your colors will come here, or you can change the color to black, and then notice how all the text turned to white. Well, if you turn it to white, all your text turns to black, and it does that for any color. To, you know, it detects when the luminosity is at a certain rate, then it chooses which color of text, black or white, would contrast to the color. Anyway, go back to orange, and when you close it and you open it again, your color scheme will stay no matter what you have it on. It saves on closing. Oh yeah, you can also have a pop-out browser, which I'm still working on. It's like you gotta open it once and then close, you know, then you can see the updates. You can even make it full screen. You can resize it. You can do always on top or not. Put it in a different screen or just close it. Yeah. This program is still in the works, but I just wanted to show you what I got so far. Anyway, that concludes the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.